Hi, this is Jimmy from the Productive Engineer, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the new board view inside of Todoist. Recently, Todoist created a new way to view your tasks. In the past, you were only really able to view tasks inside a project in a traditional list, but now they've added the ability to view tasks inside your project as a board, like a Kanban board. This is similar if you've used Trello or Notion. The boards kind of work the same way. You could basically create sections inside your project and then move each task across those various sections as cards, much like in a Kanban system where you have categories inside a project, and then you have each card that you slide from phase to phase of your project, if you will. I'm going to be showing you how to do that inside of Todoist today. Now, before we get started, if you like this video, please click the like button. It really does help out my channel. If you want to see more videos from me, please click the subscribe button. As a matter of fact, if you're new to Todoist, you should check out my Beginner's Guide to Todoist, which I'll link up above. And lastly, if you want to be notified when I release new videos, please click the bell. Thanks. Okay, let's get started. So as you can see, I have a test project here loaded up. I have 7 different categories, or sorry, 7 different sections here defined. And that's one of the key things when using board view inside of Todoist is not only do you have to have a project, you also have to have at least one section, because the way that Todoist uses boards is they create each column of the board is a section of your project. So in this case, I have 7 of them. I think that's a good number. Anywhere from 4 to 7 phases is a pretty good indicator for a project in Todoist. But certainly sometimes you'll have more than that. But I say you should have at least 3 or 4 of them. So this is very simple to create the board view. All you do is you come up here to the ellipses on the project title line, click that, and then view as board. You can also use the Shift V to do that as well, so I'll actually do it that way. So I'll hold down Shift, press V, and now you can see that my board is in a board view, excuse me. So here you can see I have my 7 different categories, each with a task in it. I also, at the end here, can add another section. So I can click that by just simply clicking that and then giving my section like test section, and then click add section, and now that section is live. Let's say I wanted to move one of my categories like this test section 1. I wanted to move it here before quality control. I just click and hold my mouse and drag it and then release, and now that section is in that order. And if I go back to list view, it will appear that way as well. So as you can see, my test section is right here, right before quality control, just like it is when I go back to board view. It's in the same exact spot. So that's pretty cool. The other thing you might want to do for it is add a task. So if I can come here to test section, I can click the add a task underneath it and give it, and it'll already have both the project and the section pre-assigned. And I can come here and say test task for test section, and just hit add task, and then that task exists, and I hit cancel because it automatically takes me to add another one. Hit cancel and you get out of that. The other thing you can do is move tasks between sections, and the way you do that is, let's say I wanted to move this prioritized list to the proof of concept phase. I click and hold it and just drag it over, and I can place it anywhere in whatever sequence I want here inside of the section I want it to be in. And click that. And the nice thing about this, again, is when I go back to list view by selecting it there or doing Shift V, and I come down, what was it, proof of concept? You can see that it is in the place I put it. So very clean and easy to use. Again, I can Shift V to go back to my board view. And this is really nice because I think when I work in Notion, as anybody who's watched my channel at all knows, I work a lot in Notion. And sometimes you'll have it. I love board view inside of Notion. And I think just having another way to visualize your tasks in a project inside of Todoist is really cool. The ability to kind of, sometimes it's something satisfying, and I'm not sure why, but of being able to just click and drag each of your tasks and sort of manipulate them and manipulate your sections in a very sort of almost like, I guess that old style pinboard way of, back in the olden days when you had a pinboard and you had cards on a pinboard, you can move them around. There's something very like tactile to it, very sort of, it feels more, I don't want to say organic because that's sort of an overused word, but a very simple way of managing your task versus a list view. Not to say that list view doesn't still have its value, but I find that the board view is a nice contrast. Sometimes you get a little bored. Sometimes you need to see your tasks in a different way to come up with new insights on what has to be done when. And board view is really good for doing that. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, please click the like button, as it really does help out. It tells YouTube that my content is worth watching and that the video was actually helpful. If you want to see more of my videos, whether it's on Todoist, Notion, Evernote, or any of the other apps, please click the subscribe button. That's all I do on this channel, is try to teach people how to use these apps in ways to get work done. And lastly, if you want to be notified when I release new videos, please click the bell. Thanks.